Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tiny Blue Games. My name, of course, is Cesar Chris, and today we're finally talking about Maplestory 2. This has been actually at the back of my mind for 3 years because I heard when it was released to Korea and I got all excited. I watched all the trailers. I was like, oh, it's coming to North America soon, I bet it. And then slowly but surely 3 years passed and now we're finally getting it, which is kind of depressing, but I'm also excited that we even get it at all, so I can't really complain. So for those of you who do not know, Maplestory 2 is a sequel to Maplestory 1, a really awesome game I played when I was young. So there's a lot of nostalgia factors here. Even the very first intro that you just heard there is a remix of the original Maplestory 1 intro song. So just opening the game and hearing that and seeing the intro load in was like, wow. I was very impressed with that. I think it was really smart of them to bring back music because that's such an easy thing to bring from an old game that works really well in a new game. You just remix it, but you still keep a lot of the same key riffs and stuff like that from the first set of music, and it really brings back a lot of memories. Specifically, it brings back a lot of nostalgia with certain maps. For instance, like Hennessy's has its very common song tracks that you'll hear in different towns and stuff like that. I hear the Cash Shop has the same kind of song. Tharbor has the same kind of song. They've really done well at building the game in a way that will really make people who are coming back for nostalgia very happy. And I think that's a great plan because, let's face it, most of us are going to be playing this game for the nostalgia aspect. I mean, I don't think this is the next big MMO or anything like that. I don't think it's the best rating game in 2018, but it's definitely a game that I'm going to play because I want to have fun and relive some old memories. So, for those of you who do not know, the closed beta for Maplestory 2 happened this past week. They let in, I don't actually know how many people they let in, but the big thing they did was let in 10,000 people that completed a bunch of sort of social media tasks first, and I was able to do that by waking up pretty early one day, so I was really excited when I did get let in. And I got to play all week. I mean, I obviously work and stuff like that, so it was in the evenings when I could play that I got to play. It was also Mother's Day weekend, which was kind of unfortunate for the, fact that I wanted to game all weekend, but it was a lot of fun, and I did get a lot of stuff tried out that I really wanted to do. The big thing that I got to try was a bunch of classes that I was very interested in. I got to try some dungeons, which was great, and just do a bit of exploring, which is what I was really looking forward to doing. I'm sort of panning over a lot of the classes right now, and you can actually see all 8 classes that are in the game. The one thing that I had noticed that had changed from the Korean version when it launched was that you don't actually start as a beginner anymore. In the very initial launch, you started as a beginner, and then you could choose at level 10 to either become like a priest or a wizard or a warrior, a knight or a berserker. And I thought that was a really cool way of doing things because it was very similar to how they did it in Maplestory 1, where you had sort of that choice at the start. Instead, in this game, you choose your class right away, very traditional to other MMOs. And I feel like that's probably why they switched it to try and be more consistent with the times. It's kind of a shame because one of the more unique parts of Maplestory 1 was how you would make those choices. And I think it would be very interesting to the game if they did allow like a second job advancement or a specification later in the game, but I don't know if that's really in the scope. Obviously, if the launch goes really well and the game grows really popular, that might be possible, but certainly for the next little while, I don't see that being a priority by any means. The game was very interesting. I think the most important part of it was the customization and exploration. Throughout the entire game, you could see people's like outfits they created. And when I say created, I don't mean like other games where you could like get different components and dye them in different ways. In this game, you can actually get templates and open up Photoshop and draw yourself a outfit. For instance, in the thumbnail, you can see the tiny blue logo on my shirt. Pretty poorly drawn, but I did it in a few minutes, and it was pretty easy to do, which was great. I'll do a whole nother video on it, and that's really the point of this entire thing, is I'm going to do a few videos on key aspects that I really enjoyed, and then some key aspects that I didn't enjoy so much, but just sort of dive into a few separate topics instead of trying to cover the entire beta experience in one video. But here's to say I really did enjoy the beta, and I definitely will be playing the game when it launches and seeing how it does. So you can expect a bit of coverage on this channel. And hopefully, if you are interested in MapleStory 1, you should give this game a try. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.